I tested all of the best NAS for home of 2026, and in this video, I'm going to rank them in a tier list based on their value for money, overall performance, and more. Links to all the products will be in the description below.
Western Digital MyCloud EX2 Ultra. This is your basic no-frills entry point that comes pre-configured with drives, making it a breeze for anyone who just wants to back up photos without a tech headache. It's super affordable and compact, but you'll definitely feel the lack of a power button and the aging hardware when trying to run anything more than a simple file share. I think this is perfect for the set-it-and-forget-it crowd who doesn't need high-end performance, so I'm placing this straight into the average tier. I'm honestly obsessed with how futuristic this thing looks with its all NVMe design. It's dead silent and lightning fast for anyone moving away from noisy old hard drives. While the 6 M.2 slots are incredible for speed, I'm a bit bummed that the 2.5 gigabit ePorts can actually bottleneck the raw power of those SSDs. It's a total game changer for content creators who need a sleek, silent powerhouse on their desk, and because it's such a cool leap forward, I'm ranking it in the great tier.
Synology finally listened and gave us built-in 2.5 gigabit E on this 5-bay beast, making it an absolute tank for small businesses or serious data hoarders. I love that it uses ECC memory to prevent data corruption and can scale up to 15 drives if your library grows out of control. This is the gold standard for reliability and software polish, so I have no choice but to put this in the God tier.
TerraMaster F4-424 Max. This thing is a literal spec monster, packing an Intel Core i5 processor and dual 10 gigabit ports that just absolutely shred through heavy workloads and 4K transcoding. It's built for the hardcore power user who wants the absolute best hardware for their money, though the software still feels a bit less premium compared to the big rivals. Honestly, the sheer raw power here is just undeniable for the price, so I'm cementing its spot in the God tier.
Synology DiskStation DS923 Plus. Even though it's been out for a bit, this 4-bay unit is still the king of reliability, thanks to the incredible DSM operating system and its massive library of useful apps. It might lack a built-in HDMI port or hardware transcoding, but the ability to add a 10 gigabit eCard and use NVMe drives for actual storage makes it incredibly flexible. It's the safest bet for most home users who want their data to stay safe and accessible, which is why I'm keeping it in the God tier.
LatticeWork Amber X. This compact unit targets users who want a simple, subscription-free personal cloud for basic photo and file backups. While its smart AI for local organization and portability are nice perks, the non-expandable 500 gigabyte internal storage and software that feels a bit clunky for advanced workflows are major drawbacks. It's a decent entry point for casual users, but if you're looking for a serious powerhouse, this isn't it, so I'm placing it in the average tier.
TerraMaster F8 SSD Plus. I am absolutely blown away by this all-flash beast that packs 8 M.2 NVMe slots into a body the size of a paperback book. It delivers incredible 10 gigabit performance and features an Intel i3 N305 processor that handles virtualization and home lab tasks like a total pro. Aside from some minor Gen 3 speed limits and a single Ethernet port, this is hands down the best compact SSD NAS on the market, which is why I'm putting it straight into God tier. Asustor AS5402T. This 2-bay NAS is a total speed demon for content creators, combining 4 M.2 slots for caching with dual 2.5 GBE ports for lightning-fast transfers. The software ecosystem is massive, and the build quality feels premium, though the tricky M.2 installation and lack of ECC RAM might frustrate some hardcore enthusiasts. Because it offers such a punchy, high-performance experience for power users without the enterprise price tag, I have to rank this in the great tier.
AOOSTAR WTR Pro. I love how this hybrid system functions as both a 4-bay NAS and a mini PC, especially if you opt for the much more capable Ryzen 7 5825U version. It gives you tons of flexibility for 4K streaming and virtual machines, though you will have to deal with some higher-than-average fan noise and a lack of 10 gigabit E scalability. For anyone who wants a powerful, all-in-one workstation and storage hub that doesn't break the bank, I'm confidently slotting this in the great tier.
QNAP TS233. This is a minimalist, budget-friendly 2-bay option that works perfectly if you just need a quiet personal cloud for basic collaboration and document storage. It's held back by a modest ARM processor in non-expandable 2 GB of RAM, meaning it will struggle the moment you try to push it with heavy multitasking or intensive apps.
It's a solid, cheap and cheerful choice for modest home needs, but since it lacks any real room to grow, I'm ranking it in the average tier. LinkStation N2. This sleek little unit is an absolute speed demon for anyone who wants a silent, all SSD setup that doesn't scream ugly server in their living room. I love that it comes with a dedicated UNRAD license and a 10 gigabit port, which is insane for the price, but the PCIe lane limitations mean you won't always hit those theoretical max speeds. It is the perfect choice if you're a media enthusiast or a small office user looking for a compact, power-efficient powerhouse, and I'm officially putting this in the great tier.
Synology DiskStation DS223j. This is the old reliable of the bunch, offering that polished DSM software we all know and love, but it honestly feels a bit sluggish for anything beyond basic file backups. While it's super affordable and great for beginners who just want a simple place to dump their photos, the lack of hardware transcoding and the single 1GeB port really hold it back from being a true media hub. Because it's a bit too underpowered for modern power users, I am ranking it as average tier.
Ubiquiti UNAS 2. This thing is built like a tank and fits perfectly if you're already living in the UniFi ecosystem, especially with that clever PoE power option. It's incredibly snappy and easy to manage for simple storage, but I'm frustrated by how locked down the software is. You can't even run Plex or Docker natively like you can on most other NAS units. It's a solid, reliable choice for UniFi fans who just need a networked drive, so I'm placing it in the good tier.
UGREEN NASync DXP4880 Plus. The hardware here is just on another level compared to the competition, featuring a 12th gen Intel Pentium chip and 10 gigabit networking that makes file transfers feel instant. I'm obsessed with how easy the toolless drive installation is, though the UGREEN Pro software is still maturing and lacks some of the deep app library you get elsewhere. For content creators who need massive power and speed without a massive price tag, I am firmly putting this in the great tier.
Synology BeeStation. This is basically NAS for people who hate NAS, stripping away all the complexity to give you a plug-and-play personal cloud in minutes. It's fantastic for my less tech-savvy friends who just want to replace their Google Photos subscription. But the single 4 terabyte drive and lack of RAID redundancy make me nervous about long-term data safety. It's a one-trick pony that does its one trick very well, but since it lacks any real flexibility, I'm sliding it into the average tier.
QNAP TS264. This 2-bay powerhouse is the perfect middle ground for anyone who needs solid 4K transcoding and fast file transfers without spending a fortune. I love that it comes with dual 2.5 GBE ports and a PCIe slot for future expansion, though you're stuck with the 8 GB of soldered RAM, which limits the heaviest multitasking. It's a fantastic pick for home media enthusiasts who want a compact, reliable server that just works for Plex and backups, so I'm putting it in the great tier.
Synology DiskStation DS725 Plus. This one finally brings 2.5 GBE networking to the table as a standard, which is a massive relief for everyone tired of the old gigabit bottleneck. The dual-core Ryzen chip is plenty for smooth file management and Synology's legendary software experience, but it honestly feels a bit dated since they didn't upgrade the CPU from the previous model. If you're looking for the most user-friendly ecosystem and don't care about the missing PCIe slot for 10 GBE, it's a very solid choice, and I'm ranking it in the good tier.
Asustor Lockerstor 4 Gen 3. I am absolutely blown away by the raw power here, featuring an AMD Ryzen v3 C14 processor and dual USB 4 ports that hit speeds up to 40 gigabits per second. It is an absolute beast for virtualization and massive data transfers, thanks to its 4 M.2 NVMe slots and 10 gigabit E networking, though the lack of an HDMI port might bum out some direct playback fans. This is the ultimate prosumer hardware for those who want zero compromises on speed, which is why I'm placing it firmly in the God tier.
QNAP TS464. This is basically the big brother of the 264, giving you 4 bays to play with so you can run much safer and more flexible RAID configurations. It's got that same Intel Celeron N5105 that handles 4K video like a champ and includes an HDMI output for direct TV connection, making it the king of home theater setups. It offers incredible value and scalability for growing libraries, and because it hits that sweet spot of performance and price, I'm putting it in the great tier.
Asustor Lockerstor 2 Gen 2. This little unit is surprisingly versatile because it packs 4 M.2 slots into a tiny 2-bay frame, letting you create a massive SSD cache or even a super fast all-flash volume. I really appreciate the HDMI 2.0B output for 4K streaming, but the hardware can get a bit loud and hot when those NVMe drives are working overtime. It's a great bridge between a budget box and a pro server for those who need high-speed storage and a small footprint, so I'm slotting it into the good tier.
Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the best NAS for home for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.